Coin Oracle. So, I have a different video today that's not about coins, but instead, cheese. So, this is another thing I wanted to do on my channel at first, and I'm going to continue, and I'm going to start this with Camembert cheese. So, this is a product of France, and it is a really soft and kind of a gooey cheese, but it is something that I'm going to try, and I'll tell you the history about it as well. So, this cheese was first made in the late 18th century at Camembert, Normandy in France, which is located north of the country. It is extremely similar to Brie in most ways, but Brie is native to the Brie region of France, which is really kind of funny because to me, I didn't realize there even was a difference. I just thought the name was different because they're both from two different places. So the history of Camembert. Camembert was reputably first made in 1791 by Marie Harel, a farmer from Normandy following the advice from a priest who came from Brie, which is why the cheeses are more similar. However, the origin of the cheese known today as Camembert is more likely to rest with the beginnings of the industrialization of the cheese-making process at the end of the 19th century. In 1890, an engineer, M. Riddle, devised a wooden box that was used to carry the cheese and help send it for longer distances. In particular to America, where it became very popular, these boxes are still used today. Now, this one isn't like anything too fancy. It is wood, but it's, sort of a cheaper material to transfer the cheese in from. Before fungus was understood, the color of Camembert rind was a matter of chance, most commonly bluish gray commonly with brown spots. But from the early 20th century onwards, the rind has been more commonly pure white. But it was not until the end of the mid-70s, like 1970s, that pure white became standard. The cheese was famously issued to French troops during World War One, becoming firmly fixed with French popular culture as a result, kind of like cigarettes to the British. Literature and history was also influenced by this. It is now internationally known, and many local varieties are made around the world. So, Camembert is compared to Brie. If you know what Brie cheese is, you'll know that Camembert is kind of the same way. It has the rind and it has the really soft center. Well, center. It's a really soft cheese and it's real melt. It's real kind of gooey and nutty. So, Brie cheese is a similar soft cheese, also made from cow's milk. However, there are differences such as its origin, typical market shape, size, and flavor. Brie originates from the Ile-de-France, while Camembert comes from Normandy. Traditionally, Brie was produced in large wheels, either 22.9 centimeters or 9 inches, or 36.8 centimeters or 14.5 inches in diameter, and thus ripened more slowly than the smaller Camembert cheeses. When sold, Brie segments typically have been cut from the larger wheels, although some Brie is sold as small flat cylinders, and therefore its sides are not covered by the rind. In contrast, Camembert is ripened as a small round cheese, 10.2 centimeters or 4 inches in diameter by 3.2 centimeters or 1.26 inches thick, and fully covered by rind. This ratio change between rind and paste makes Camembert slightly stronger when compared to Brie ripened for the same amount of time. Once the rind is cut on the Camembert, it typically has more pungent aroma than Brie, which I noticed in this one specifically. In terms of taste, Camembert has a stronger, slightly sour, sometimes chalky taste. The texture of Camembert is often softer than Brie, and if warmed, Camembert will become creamier, whereas Brie warms without losing much structure. So, I'm going to go ahead and show you, I'm going to do a good old unboxing of this cheese and show you exactly what's on the inside of it. So, here's the wrapping. Now, don't be alarmed. I only have half a wheel. I donated the other half for a good cause, of course. So, as you can see from this, it has the white mold on it, and the inside is really kind of creamy. I know it's kind of hard to see with the light ratio. Let me just try to hold it up to the camera. So, like, if you were to rip it would see it's like a creamy. And just ripped that in half. But it's fine, because now I got 2 triangles. So I'm going to go ahead and cut me a slice of it, and then I'll describe the taste and flavor of it. So I usually get my cheeses from a market in my town, and it's not in a traditional store. I used to get it from a store called Harps, and they had a bunch of variety of cheeses, but a coworker told me about another one, and that's where I get my cheeses from now. And I have a bunch more stored up for more videos. So I'm going to go ahead and try the mold because you can eat that, and it's considered rude not to if you are in France and decide to eat Camembert cheese. So I'm going to go ahead and eat it traditionally like they would and with the rest of them. So here it goes. This is wonderful. It's definitely a sweeter cheese. Like there's more, it's very flavorful, very sweet. And I am getting a weird aftertaste. It almost reminds me of like sucking out a penny, but it's like in my nose. It's really strange to describe. But it's very nutty. It's very flavorful, and it has a wonderful texture that would be perfect for crackers and wine tastings and whatnot. In the mold, you don't hardly notice the taste of the mold, but it does add a little bit of a texture to it. Well, more of a hard texture to it, which is not a bad thing. This is definitely a really wonderful cheese, and I would recommend it to anyone who wants a light snack, but doesn't want to get a giant wheel of brie. So as you can see, it's like I don't know if you can see that, but the texture is definitely creamier, and I wanted to try heating this up for the video, but honestly, this is perfect how it is. I don't think it needs any changes to it. Maybe I'll do heating Camembert and Brie in another video. But as for now, that's all I have for today. And I hope you really enjoyed the video. Leave any suggestions or comments in the comments below. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Alright, see ya.